What's up, boys and girls? My name is Tim Roswick, and today we're talking about elitism and why it is so prevalent in the dev community. I don't get it. So let's start with some background real quick, just to kind of explain what I mean. There was a point in my life where I wanted to learn how to build an entire game engine from scratch. I was probably 16 or 17. Actually, I was probably 15 or 16. And one of the things that I wanted to do was learn code from the ground up to build an entire engine for my game. It wasn't necessarily that there weren't other engines out there. I had used plenty of them. It wasn't necessarily that I thought that would be easier. I knew it was going to be hard. I did it because I felt like I would be better than other people, I guess. Like, I felt like if I programmed my own engine, then I was like better than all the people that used an engine. And in my adolescence, my juvenile self thought it was important to share that with people that I was programming my own engine and I was better than them, and they weren't making an engine, they were using someone else's engine. They weren't as good as me. And I was a little troll and I was an asshole, and I regret that very much so, because if I were to come in contact with that version of myself on the internet, I would probably hate them. So that brings me to today. I see that a lot. And, I used to just think that like it was in the dev streams that I do, because, I run streams that are primarily for game developers. We have a channel about game developers. I do art or programming or whatever on the streams. And people come in there every once in a while and they're like, oh, this guy doesn't even program. He uses Construct 2, or use a real, engine like Unity, or write a game from C++. And it's just insane because there's no right answer. Like you can keep going. And I remember last time this happened in my chat, I was laughing so hard because people were like, they were making fun of it, and they kept going like, oh, Tim, you should write something in binary. Tim, you should like go zeros and ones, and like they just kept going down the list. But for some reason, it's a real problem. Like, yeah, it's fun to like make fun of it and talk about it in light, because it's like you can't take these people seriously. And at first, I thought it was just in the dev community, but I've started to see it outside of the dev community. And there's just, for whatever reason, there's people that just have this elitist mentality. And I've been trying to like go inside of myself to figure out why I was that way, because I used to think that way. I used to talk that way. And I think, for me at least, I don't know if this is the case with others, but for me, I think there was a deep insecurity there. And I was really, really, really insecure about my ability being self-taught and all that stuff. And I guess I was just really concerned that other people would say that I wasn't good at making games. So I tried to do the hardest thing that I could to show the world that I was worthy, I guess. And one of the things I've kind of backtracked on over the years is I've kind of learned that like, no, it's not about doing the hardest thing. It's about doing the quickest and most efficient path that gets you to your goal, right? That's why I use Construct 2, a drag and drop game creator. It's not that I couldn't program a game. It's not that I couldn't build an engine. I've done all of those things. It's just that Construct 2 is like faster. It's faster and it's better. And some people feel that way about GameMaker. Some people feel that way about Unity. And everybody has their preference, but it's like, I don't think having an elitist mentality over your tool is a good idea. And even if that tool is technically better, the way that you communicate the value of your favorite tool or whatever you use, or the method that you use, is almost more important than what you're actually saying. Because if you ask someone, hey, have you tried this? What did you think of it? That's very different than say, well, I use this and it's better. Like, immediately, one of them is hostile, right? And it's going to be taken the wrong way most of the time. And the other one is very friendly and it's engaging and it's asking a question. So like, when these elitist people come into a stream, or that you meet them in a workplace, or you meet them in the world, or you meet them, wherever they are, because I've seen that they are now well beyond just the dev community. They are everywhere. A little bit of narcissism, a little bit of insecurity, whatever that mix is for each type of person. Just ignore them. Just make sure that they don't let them take your time and energy. Don't defend your choices. Don't give them the time of day to argue with you, because that's exactly what they'll do. They'll argue with you. It's just one of those things that you gotta ignore. You gotta just move past. And I really like the people that come and hang out on stream, because I'm glad we can have fun with that, because one, that used to really, really, really bother me, and two, that used to be me. I think that's one of the reasons why it bothers me so much, because it used to be me, and I see the light now. I see the different paths. So that's my quick message today. Just ignore the elitism. There are always going to be people that think they're better than you. There are always going to be people, and it's definitely in the way that it's communicated. It's not at all about the tool. Are some tools better than others? Sure. Is there better workflows out there? Sure. But the way that it's communicated is the whole deal there. It's the whole package. And if it's communicated rudely, it's going to come off as elitism. And it's that stuff that's just should get ignored, because it's not going anywhere. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, hit me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. Have you ever encountered anybody with elitism? How did you handle it? What did you do? Let me know down in the comments below. But once again, my name is Tim Roswick, and I'll see you again tomorrow.